Hello everyone. Now we are discussing Java OOPS concepts. Up to now we discussed about what is encapsulation, what is abstraction, what is inheritance. Now we are going to see what is polymorphism. Polymorphism is nothing but doing single task in multiple ways. We will discuss what is polymorphism with real time example. Now suppose if we want to reach one destination, there will be n ways to that, and we can go there in what way we like. We have multiple ways, that is called polymorphism. Polymorphism is a Greek word. Poly is nothing but many, morphs is nothing but forms. Totally, polymorphism is nothing but many forms. In Java, polymorphism is of two types. One is runtime polymorphism, is also known as dynamic method dispatch, and another one is compile time polymorphism or static method dispatch. Best example for runtime polymorphism is method overriding, and for compile time polymorphism is method overloading. Now we will see what is runtime polymorphism. Runtime polymorphism is achieved by using method overriding in Java. This runtime polymorphism is also known as dynamic method dispatch because overridden method is resolved during runtime. In runtime, this method will get resolved, so that only it is called dynamic method dispatch. We will discuss what is runtime polymorphism, nothing but method overriding, with an example now. And polymorphism example. Now here I am going to declare one parent class, parent, which has a method. It has a method called bike sysout. This is a bike. And now we are going to inherit this. If suppose if we want to uh, do method overriding, the child class should have to extend parent class, then only we can implement this method overriding. Otherwise it is not possible to do that. And now we are going to implement this same method in child class. This is a bike in child class, and now parent p equal to new. We created an object for child class with parent reference p dot bike. If we call this method will call, because here this one is overridden. This method is a overridden method of parent class. See here it is showing one upside arrow mark. This indicates that this below method is an overridden method. That's why it is showing one arrow mark in Eclipse. Okay, now we will run this. Let me see what will happen. This is a bike in child class. Bike method in parent class is overridden in child class, so that only we are getting this value. This is a bike in child class, and this overridden won't be applicable for variables. and here also I am declaring that as a equal to 15. Int a equal to 15, like that I gave, and now I am trying to access that value. What happened? Okay, now we will run this. See, we used parent reference here, so value 10 is printed here because this instance variable is not overridden. This child instance variable didn't override parent instance variable, so overridden with members it is not possible, sorry, with variables it is not possible. It is possible with only methods. And method overriding is not achieved by using data members. We already seen this. Data members is nothing but variables, and there are some rules for method overriding. If we go into this, method overriding is possible only child class should be inherited from parent class. I already shown you that if you want to do overriden, we should have to extend parent class. Suppose if I remove this extend class, I mean if you remove this inheritance, it will show as a normal method. It will, compiler will take it as normal method. Let's see here that overriden symbol is removed. It automatically removed by compiler. If we keep it like this, see, this method is overridden. So we should have to override parent class to child class. If method is declared as final or static, method overriding is not possible. Suppose if I declare this method as a final in the sense if we declare once, we can't override that method again. It is showing some error like remove final modifier of parent.bike. We should have to remove final modifier here, or else if we put static, it will show like remove static modifier in parent, like that it will show. Why? Because if we put static, if we put static here, this method will be related to class instead of object, so method overriding is not possible. Method name return type should be same, and number of arguments in child class method should be same as number of parent class methods. Here whatever return type we have, that return type should be same, and number of arguments are available in parent class, that should be same in child class. Suppose here we have one. Now this method is not overridden. This method is not overridden by child class. See here, that overridden symbol is went off. So what, how many parameters here we have, that many parameters should be here, and that return type should be same, then only method overriding will be possible. Constructors cannot be overridden because this constructor is related to class, so constructors we can't override that. And now we will see method overloading. It is also known as static binding because that methods are resolved in compilation time rather than in runtime. Method overloading is achieved with same method names with different arguments in same class. See this example. Here we have class A. In that class A we have two methods with same name but different arguments. Here, unlike overriding, that parameters are need not to be same number, and it should be different, and the type also it may be different, and that return type may be different. That is called method overloading. If you go to rules in method overloading, method name should be same and number of arguments or argument type should have to differ. Constructor overloading is possible, but constructor overriding is not possible. Return type need not to be same, but in overridden methods that return type should be same. This overloading is not dependent on access modifiers like final or else static. If we declare that methods as final or else static, we then also we can overload that methods. No need of inheritance for overloading. If we see the main difference between overriding and overloading, in overriding, constructor overriding is not possible. In overloading, constructor overloading is possible. There in overriding, method names should be same. In overloading also it should be same, but their number of arguments should be same as parent class method. But in overloading, that number of arguments or argument type should be different. And in overriding, that return type should be same. In overloading, that return type need not to be same. The tag that overriding is dependent on access modifiers like final or static. Overloading is not dependent on access modifiers. For overriding, we should have to inherit classes, then only overriding will be possible. But for overloading it's not needed. That inheriting of parent class to child class is not needed. Thank you very much, and please subscribe to this channel for more videos, and we will see overall OOPS concepts in next video. Thank you.